Welcome back, everybody. This is the World Business Forum in Milan, and Laura Huang, Harvard Business School professor and author of The Edge, is joining us for an interview. Thank you so much for being with us.
My pleasure.
So, Laura, first of all, what did you touch on at the World Business Forum stage?
Yeah, I think the main thing I touched on was how do we gain an edge? How do we gain an edge in any sort of work environment or life environment that we're going to be in? And the main point of a lot of how we engage with people is that we tell ourselves to work hard, put in the hard work. But in fact, hard work doesn't always get us there. Hard work is critical, it's important. I would never say that it's not important. But what happens is that you can take two different people who work equally as hard, and one person will inevitably be more successful than the other. And I try and understand why is that? What are the different factors that go in? And so my book, Edge, talks about the factors that really determine success. The E, D, G, and E, where the first E stands for enrich. It's about how do we enrich and provide value in any sort of circumstance that we're going to be in. The D stands for delight. It's about how do we all authentically delight in our own ways. The G stands for guide, which is to say, how do we, even when we enrich and delight, how do we guide people to perceptions of who we are? And the final E stands for effort and hard work. And I talk about how that effort and hard work come last, because when we know how we enrich and delight and guide, that's when our effort and hard work actually work harder for us.
And so talking about Edge, here we are. And of course, I really appreciate the copy. Thank you very much.
Sure.
What's the main message you'd like to spread among the business community? And not only, of course, with your book.
So there are lots of conversations around diversity and inclusion and belongingness and equity. And I think the point there is that it has to be both an outside-in perspective as well as an inside out. And what I mean by that is a lot of companies are trying to do solutions that come from the outside, where they are trying to do it for all of their employees. But employees from the inside, we can also be empowered. We can gain our own edge. And when we have the tools and the strategies and ways that we can do that, it actually allows people to truly have that edge.
And what do you think is the major challenge for the business community nowadays? Many things has changed since the COVID pandemic, geopolitical tensions, probably recession. So what do you think is the major challenge for the leaders of today?
I mean, I think the leaders today, it's about engagement. It's about how do we keep the people from within? How do we keep our employees, our clients, our customers, our suppliers, our investors? How do we keep them engaged? And one of the things I talk a lot about in the book is about thinking about each constituent, each person that we're interacting with, thinking about ourselves and them like a diamond, right? So let's say that you're a diamond, I'm a diamond. Each of us is a single solitary diamond. Every diamond has different cuts, coloring, flaws, different ways that it's going to shine based on the lighting, the environmental conditions, the people that are looking at the diamond. And what we really need to do is get into and understand that when we show the angle of our diamond that's going to shine the brightest, that's how we're going to be able to engage more deeply, more truly, more freely. And because we'll see that angle of the diamond that's going to shine the brightest. That's when we're going to ask more questions. That's when we're going to want to learn more. That's when we're going to be able to dig deeper. And you're still the same diamond. You still have the same cuts and flaws and facets, but you're able to show yourself in all of the different pieces in a much richer fashion.
So final take, you are advocating a lot about inclusiveness and diversity. Talk to us why this is, or better, these are very important issues for you, but also for corporations, for business community, and in general.
I think these are conversations that we've been talking a lot about. We've been talking a lot about diversity, inclusion, equality, but these are really embedded in something much deeper. When we understand how each person has their own unique edge, then we won't need to have these conversations anymore. When we understand that each person is going to have ways in which they enrich and provide value, ways in which they delight, ways in which we can guide the interactions we have about each other. That's really the fabric of organizations. That's really the true nature of how we interact with others. And then we will not have to have conversations at all, because I think we should get to a place where we don't have a separate topic about these things. And instead, it's just about how do we empower, engage, and understand the people within organizations as individuals, as teams, as organizations, and as an ecosystem.
So do you think people receive this message about inclusiveness and of course diversification?
I hope so. I think that's what goes, a lot of the research that I've been working on for the past 10 years has been trying to get beyond these conversations. How do we talk about these things in a way where we don't have to shine the spotlight on it being a diversity and inclusion topic, and instead it's just a workplace, a lifestyle, a lifetime type of topic.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank
Laura
you.
Huang, professor of Harvard Business School. Thank you for joining us and have a great day.
Thank you. You too.